Hello everyone, this is ToadinWonderland. Before we actually begin the Poke Cup at Pokeball level, the next set of stadium challenges, I decided it'd be best to announce a couple quick things here before we actually get into the cup. Well, let me start off by saying I apologize if my voice sounds a little different. I really don't know how else to describe it. Like scratchy-like, I guess. Um, all of last week I actually have just gotten over a really bad cold. It was so bad I couldn't even talk for a couple days. But I'm pretty much almost fully recovered from that. Just my voice might sound a little bit cracky from that. But anyway, what I wanted to say quick, there was a couple things I was going to do different for this LP in general. Nothing big, but I thought I'd just announce them here quick. The number one thing I want to say is I recently got the Nintendo Power Strategy Guide for Pokemon Stadium 2. Prior to that, I had a different guide. It was from Versus, the book that I had. And then I even borrowed another guide. I believe it was Brady Games, that's what it was, Brady Games. Neither the Versus Guide or Brady Games were entirely helpful. Both of them, as a matter of fact, only had like certain parts in them that actually were useful in any way. But based on what I have heard and have researched, at least the Nintendo Power Strategy Guide actually is the best. And from what I've looked through it so far, I heartily agree with that. I was looking through the different pages and seeing that they have actually rental suggestions. The one guide I had didn't even have any whatsoever. It just said what each trainer had and basically just said what types they were weak to. It didn't go beyond like saying, oh, you should have this and this if you can't use your own Pokemon. Which, I have to admit, prior to me doing this LP, I really struggled with that with this game, going into it like blindly. And I could say the same for anybody new to Pokemon in general. If you're picking this game, which I kind of doubt it considering that it's discontinued, but if for some reason you have this game and you're new to Pokemon, this could discourage you from the series, just because it's a more challenging game. But anyway, to make it short, the Nintendo Power Guide does have really good suggestions, and I decided, in addition to the choices that I pick for each of the different cups and challenges that I'll be doing, I'm gonna show, like, a scan of the actual book page that has the recommended rental team out of the strategy guide, and then I'm gonna use that and then compare it to the actual choices I make myself. And there's even some where I actually do coincide with what Nintendo Power recommends and whatnot, but just thought I'd say that quick, at least. But anyway, yeah, so let me know what you think of that, what I'm going to do, and I'll even do like an example here. In the strategy guide, the first cup I did for this LP was the little cup, and as you can see, I have an image that will be going up in tandem with what I'm speaking this. The recommended rental team from Nintendo Power was to use a Spearow, Mankey, Chinchou, Phanpy, Charmander, and Abra, and all 6 of these are rental Pokemon. The only thing the guide doesn't say is to give them certain items. I'm assuming that they did use items when they had these teams, but it doesn't say that for sure. But if you go back to my own LP, you'll see that I even just used like a handful of items that I personally selected to use for my gold game pack. And I'll have more to talk about that in a little bit. But anyway, those are the 6 that they recommend for the little cup. And you might even remember, I had mentioned in a previous video, moving on, is the challenge cup. There's not exactly a guarantee as to which Pokemon, like 100% accurate how it's determined. I believe it is completely random, as a matter of fact. But if you remember right, I did find a Bulbapedia article. Excuse me, my voice was getting cracked up. But I found a Bulbapedia article about the different Pokemon you could get for the different challenge ball levels. And as the picture here shows, it says that you can get 6 out of the full list of Pokemon distributed between the 4 different difficulty levels here. So for example, like the Pokeball, it says you could get any one of these, so let's just say quickly off the top of my head, you get a Bellsprout, a Cleffa, a Diglett, a Dratini, a Goldeen, and a Hoot Hoot. That's just completely random. I don't know if that's what you'll get for sure when you pick that cup, but those are 6 potential Pokemon you could receive. But that's just, like I said, off the top of my head. For the most part, though, the Challenge Cup is completely random, but the list is helpful to see so that you have some idea of what you could possibly get. Again, there's no guarantee, but better safe than sorry. It's just nice to have something like that for a change. But anyway, that's all I really had to say about, well, just things I really had to say about. Another thing I did want to announce quick was, some people had actually suggested for me to use the announcer's voice in the Stadium Cups. Just to let all of you know, I have changed that. From now on, for the rest of this LP, I do have the announcer's voice turned on. Unless for some reason people were saying to turn it off again. But yeah, for now, I did turn on the announcer's voice, so you can expect to hear him commentate in addition to me as I'm doing the actual Stadium Cups. But that's it. There's nothing else more I have to say to that. This is ToadinWonderland, and I will see you for the Poke Cup.